Hey there, welcome to another week's video with me, Kalymnios from thethoughtgym.com. How are you doing this week? This week I wanted to talk to you about making mistakes. We all make mistakes, but yet as we get older, it seems that we fear making them even more and more. The reason I wanted to talk about making mistakes this week is because, like you, I'm in the process of doing new things. I am making mistakes. But the thing is, although I'm aware of some of these facts and I read a lot of books and I know that you only grow through making mistakes, I still sometimes get troubled with the fear of making mistakes, basically. And I want you to know that I read this amazing book not that long ago called The Talent Code. And I think it was by someone called Daniel Coyle. I'll write the name up here. But the point is, it was a really fascinating book about this myth of talent that we have, and that we think that people are sometimes born as geniuses and that there's no real effort that goes into sometimes that their skill level, or we know that some effort goes into it, but we think, oh, they're born that way. And the part of the book I wanted to touch upon today was this idea about making mistakes, because in order for so in your brain you have lots of these neurons, like kind of brain cells basically, and as you start doing activity, they start firing off and you have connections between them which end up linking up a certain activity and strengthens your ability to do something effectively. And what happens is that in order for these connections to become optimally primed and optimally connected, they must first be suboptimally primed. In other words, in order to get the best kind of connection between these neurons, which are going to help you equate, kicking a football round a wall of defenders or playing an expert violin solo or whatever it is, in order for you to get those connections to be really strong, you must first get them to be incorrect. I know it sounds counterintuitive, but in order for them to be optimal, they must first be suboptimal. And that's basically the secret, is that you must get to that place where you are making those mistakes. They showed that in order for you to become, say, smarter or better at what you do, you need to be operating at the edge of your zone, that comfort zone, that ability zone, that skill zone. You need to be operating at the edge of it, or beyond it really, and make those mistakes in order to get better. And I think intuitively we know this, we forget it, we need to be reminded of it, which is why I'm making this video, to remind you and to remind me that it's okay to make mistakes. Remember, as a baby, we all made plenty of mistakes, and yet we all seem to fare pretty well out of that episode in our lives, didn't we? So that's it, make mistakes, learn from them, and know that by making those mistakes, you're actually firing off those neurons and those pathways to strengthen and become better for the next time that you do it. Okay, that's it this week. Remember to subscribe button here somewhere, and share the video as well if you please. That would be most helpful. Until next week, I want to wish you a fantastic week. Make plenty of mistakes this week, learn from them, and you'll move forward faster and with more effectiveness in the future. Until next week, have a fantastic one. Take care, bye bye.